Shall we?
Yes, sir.
I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Board of Fire Commissioners. It's Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 at 5:30 p.m. Freedom Hall. In attendance,
Commissioner Ross, Commissioner Conley,
Commissioner Zace,
Chief Brown.
Deputy Clark.
and no one's in the audience, right? So other than us, is anyone recording? You're just taking notes, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Any public comment?
There are no emails and there is nothing in the chat, sir.
Okay. So, did both of you have a chance to review last month's minutes?
I did, yes.
And are there?
I didn't see anything that you should.
I did, and I did have a concern around the minutes regarding the selection for chairman. I don't think the minutes correctly reflected the conversation that took place.
Let's take a look. No, this is.
I have a
Okay.
copy of it here.
Okay, yeah. So what specific suggestions do you have or
Well,
concerns?
so if I step back to that for a second, the recording has not been posted yet, correct?
It has not.
Okay, because I would have been able to give you more examples.
Well, no, I do owe everyone an apology. The rollover to the new site, I still don't have access to it, so I couldn't post it.
Okay,
Sorry.
no apology, but however, I wasn't able to cite specifics. There was, there was multiple conversations, or there was a conversation that took place that is not reflected here.
All right, so why don't we postpone the ratification of these minutes until next meeting? And by that time, I hope that everything we can iron out by login and then we could get the.
And that's fine. We'll have, who does
I will send you the link to the video.
Gina
It should
goes
be up
on.
online. Gina has it, she has it.
could we ask Gina to review it again and restate that portion of it, as we typically do?
Okay, sure, we can do that.
That'd be great.
Deputy, would you
What would
do
you
that?
like to do?
Would you ask her to review
Yeah.
the recording
Sure.
and to ensure that what is written in the minutes accurately reflects the words spoken in the recording?
Yes, sir.
Other than that, I didn't see any other areas where I had concerns.
Okay, so we'll postpone that. With that, Chief, I turn it over to you for your monthly.
If I can make a comment on the last discussion.
Yes.
The link goes up onto YouTube.
That's true.
Very
Yes.
quickly after the meeting is over, so sometimes there's a delay in getting the link onto the district website. But if you go directly to the YouTube channel, we upload it generally the day after the meeting.
Okay.
And then send that link to Gina for the transcription.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. The fire chief's report for the July 14th, 2026 Fire Commissioners meeting is as follows. For responses, June of 2026 had a total of 105 responses, 5 fire incidents, 7 hazardous situations, 39 EMS, 3 station walk-in medical incidents, 21 alarm investigations, 19 public service calls, 3 reassurance program visits, 5 community risk reduction visits, 2 rescues, 1 motor vehicle crash. Mutual aid was given 7 times and mutual aid was received 4 times. As you may recall, at the last meeting, I had a due-out report back on the mutual aid statistics for the month of May that were reported in the June meeting. And it appeared that there was a lopsided level of mutual aid given versus mutual aid received. And we dug into that, and those numbers were accurate, and it was just a with a lopsided month. So you can see this month is more typical of the balance of what we usually give and receive mutually. And with that, that is the responses section of the report pending any questions.
Do you recall what the ratio was of given versus received?
11 to 1.
11 to 1?
Yeah, there is actually a lot of fires in May.
Mhm. Okay. Gentlemen, any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
Under administration, Chief Brown, DC Clark, and EMS Officer Gardner continue regular meetings and work with policy builders. We've started to update some of the existing policies and start developing new policies. The deputy and the EMS officer worked out a training program. So as the revised policies and the new format go out, they will be able to have a review and a validation portion of the review with a couple of questions about the policies to indicate that everybody's read them and understands them. So I appreciate all the hard work that they're putting into this effort. We were contacted by the U.S. Coast Guard members seeking interest in partnering with I put DOD here, but it's actually Department of War now, not Department of Defense Skill Bridge Program. I will talk a little bit about that and then perhaps on a new business if appropriate, in meeting motion. I would like to continue to pursue partnering with DOW Skill Bridge, and I'll read a little bit about it, and I put some background information in your SharePoint folder in regards to this. The DOW Skill Bridge program is an opportunity for service members to gain valuable civilian work experience through specific industry training, apprenticeships, or internships during the last 180 days of service. DOW Skill Bridge connects transitioning service members with industry providers in real-world job experiences. For service members, DOW Skill Bridge provides an invaluable chance to work and learn in civilian career areas. For industry providers, DOW Skill Bridge is an opportunity to access and leverage the world's most highly trained and motivated workforce at no cost. Service members participating in DOW Skill Bridge programs continue receiving their military compensation and benefits, while industry providers provide the civilian training and work experience. Installation and unit commanders who have members about to transition from active duty bridge the gap between their service members and their service in the beginning of their civilian careers with the DOW Skill Bridge participation. Commanders ease this military to civilian transition period for their members when they permit skill bridge participation with trusted employers. Service members can be granted up to 180 days of permissive duty to focus solely on training full-time with approved industry providers after their chain of command field grade commander provides written authorization and approval. These industry providers offer real-world training and in-demand work experience while having the opportunity to evaluate the service member's suitability for future employment. So what I intend to do is seek approval to move forward with partnering with the DOW Skill Bridge program. And even though this was prompted by an individual Coast Guard member seeking to work with us after the groundwork is established, I would anticipate interviewing, putting together an interview panel and interviewing this candidate, just like we would a new hire, and then presenting that member to the board at a time for approval to onboard somebody. So again, even though this is the catalyst was that somebody reached out to us about this, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm requesting that individual to be the person yet. But this is just to continue setting up the process. I spoke with Chief Burke in Sandwich. They currently have a Skill Bridge Coast Guard member there that's been with them for several months. They've reported great success with the program, and they're actually hiring that individual. They have a vacancy, and they intend to hire that person into the vacancy. So under new business, I will request that I approve to move forward with setting up the groundwork to form a partnership with DOW. I would entertain questions now if you so
Yeah,
choose,
I
or in
mean-
business.
I have some questions. Do you guys have questions?
I'm familiar with this. I don't have any questions. I think it's a great idea, but I'm all ears.
Do you, oh, so it says at no cost.
Mhm.
That means no cost to us.
Correct.
How about time? Do you anticipate it? I mean, is it like minutes a day kind of, to?
They would be
facilitate?
fully integrated, and at a certain point after orientation, they'll be fully integrated into the workflow of every day.
No, I mean, what do you think you and the deputy will have to, how much time do you think you have to do to sort of continue having these conversations? Is it like,
You mean like weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, I would hope by the next commission.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin, maybe?
So I think it's a great idea. They would go through some level of training, obviously. They would join the groups to go out on calls.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. And who is covering insurance for these individuals?
DOW.
DOW is covering?
100% covered by DOW.
Okay.
The training, any materials,
So
anything.
any expense, any costs?
Yeah, we would probably buy a couple of shirts for them out of our budget, the uniform shirts and put.
So will they be attending any of the academies or firefighter 1 or 2?
Potentially, yes, but none of that would be covered by us. That would all be covered by
No,
DOW.
good, okay.
Yeah.
So if we deem that they look like they're a good candidate to go into the fire service, you would recommend them to go forward like that into one of the academies.
Yes, sir.
Cool, very good. Sounds like a great program.
And does it make sense to just go into the motion now?
If it's appropriate, then.
Do you guys have any problem with that?
No,
I mean, just take right now.
No, I like you, I like what Kevin said. This is it's a great recruiting tool. You get the service members that are highly trained. They're not gonna go through the training if they're not into it. And I think you're gonna get some great candidates. So it's a great idea.
Chief, do you have anything else that you want to say before we entertain a motion to,
No, sir.
does anyone want to make this?
Make a motion to move forward with the DOW arrangement with regards to the Steel Bridge program.
Second,
All those in favor?
Mr. Rose.
Commissioner Conlon?
Commissioner Z?
Thank you.
Go get them.
All right. CFD was notified by MENA. Thank you very much, gentlemen, by the way, for that. Appreciate that support. Next item under administration, the CFD was notified by Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency that the disaster declaration request was not approved for the February blizzard. They do intend to continue to pursue that. However, at this time, the costs that we had gathered and were tracking on are not going to be eligible for reimbursement from the storm and for the blizzard, which.
Yeah, I saw that news item. This morning. Can you remind us what you think was that number?
No,
I'm sorry, okay.
I can get it to you.
This would, if you would send an email
Or
or,
send that, the documents that we
it's
sent.
okay with you guys, do you remember?
I don't, top of the head, no.
No, it included a lot, it included overtime costs and some operational costs.
Shane, do you mind sending an email?
No, I'll send it to the board, just, a document that we sent to the government. to the
Right.
mayor's office.
You've probably shared it with us, but it's again.
And we collected the information for water department as well.
Right, okay.
Put all that together in a single document that we had submitted. Okay, pending any questions, that is the administration portion of the report.
I think,
Good.
all good.
Right, under technology, we are going to be demoing a new communications app. It's called Tango, and it is similar to the IM responding app, but also has two-tone paging options, which allow just another way to differentiate calls that go out to our personnel when they're off duty, and we're hoping that it will assist with folks only be notified when there is a need for them to come back on to duty, because as the way I am responding works is everything that happens, whether we need people to come back to work or not, goes out to their phone. So sometimes in the middle of the night, you know, it can go off 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night at home, and we don't actually need it. So, we're hoping this would be an improvement over that arrangement. So that is a no-cost trial to see if something like that will work. So there'll be more to come on that after the trial period.
So like, okay, I was gonna ask, when do you think the trial will start and end?
It's a 30-day trial that starts after the setup. So I hope to have everything set up within a week or so. They'll ship in some of the equipment that we need, and then I'll have to work with the vendor and to get a couple things set up in the computer-aided dispatch system.
Okay. Do any other districts and or towns use this?
Harwich is using it right now, and the county is going to be exploring some use of it as well.
Centerville also is along with our trial.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to or not at this point, because they have a different CAD option. So we were discussing it with them. Yeah.
Okay.
Just one question, what's the cost difference between TT and AIF?
It is. IAR is about 1,000 a year, and this will be about 3,000. So it's more expensive, but if it improves the ability for us to get folks back, it'll be worth it.
You've described it as let's not interrupt people's lives without.
Yeah, it is. It is sometimes the phones go off all through the night, and there's not a need for people necessarily to come back in. I know that my wife will appreciate it.
Another bullet here then. This is Brown.
Yeah, but I do think it is a quality of life issue as well, because it is, but sometimes they can go off several times at night, and we don't necessarily need anybody, and
Right.
wakes everybody up at home. Off
Okay.
duty.
All right.
Okay.
Any other technology questions, Vince? No.
All right. Okay. Under personnel and training, CFD personnel participated in an equipment display and presentation at the June 28th Cavaliers game. CFD intern threw out a ceremony and first pitch. CFD personnel participated with a story time equipment display and presentation at the Katuitt Library on July 10th. These programs are both of those are primarily organized by paramedic Brian Lee and the EMS officer Gardner. And so they do a lot with our community outreach and community risk reduction efforts. Much appreciation to those gents for continuing their efforts. And Chief Brown will be speaking at the Historical Society Katuitt Chronicles on July 16th. And that event will be held at the library, discussing the history and the future of the fire station.
Okay, do you know when? I mean, it's on the library's website, presumably. I mean, the HSLC.
It is
What time is it?
7 o'clock. I believe is when it starts.
Because I know Chris wants to be there.
7 p.m. What do we got?
Yeah, I probably should have the time. I'm getting there at 6:30. I know that, so it's set up, so it starts at 7. And pending any questions, that is personnel and training.
Gentlemen,
No
question?
questions? No questions from me.
Apparatus and equipment, all vehicles have completed their state inspections.
Assuming they passed.
Yep.
Okay.
And Marine One is at Boston's for service. The navigation electronics are being replaced. We had several components of the navigation system fail, and the unit that we had was past end of life for support. So there's a upgrade and replacement of the navigation equipment on the vessel. And that should be going out there sea trial on Friday. And if everything is working appropriately, should be back in service this Friday.
Wow, that's quick.
And pending questions, that's apparatus and equipment.
Gentlemen, questions?
I have no questions.
No questions.
Facilities, one of the AEC condensers failed, so the admin half of the building, the AC isn't working. Some of the guys brought in portable AC window units to keep that side of the building cool and not overwork the still functioning compressor for the other half of the building. And which we appreciate them doing that. And the second floor AC has been out of service for years. And there's a window unit up there as well for the folks that come in from the finance.
Yeah, it was hot.
Yeah, so, and obviously with the new facility going up, that will be remedied when the building's completed, so. Pending any questions, that
I have
is,
no questions other than well, maybe it's a question. Kevin, are you okay with just diving right into your presentation around facilities, the project? I mean, anything you wanted to share. If there's nothing to share, there's nothing to share.
No, I have an update when it comes to going into old business or committee reports, right?
Yeah, I was just wondering if, for the sake of smoothness, just do it now, but okay, we're done with that?
yes, sir, pending any additional questions, that completes the fire chief's report for this evening.
Okay, so into old business. Moving to, do you have anything to report on the bylaws?
I don't anticipate we will have much to report in bylaws for a considerable amount of time. I will let you know if I have something to report, though, yes.
I do not have anything to report on the policy advisory committee. The chairman currently, as John Howell, has not yet called another meeting. The website project, as you know, has been completed, except I don't have the login, so that is the reason that the meeting notice was posted, as well as the Blizzard report. However, I expect that to be remedied shortly. Over to facilities.
Facilities, renovation, expansion,
Yes.
lot to report here. A lot of work going on, mechanical, engineering, electrical and plumbing inspections, rough inspections have been completed. In the back section of the addition as would be, so think of it as being the addition in the base section, so that's been completed in the addition. As well as the roof has been completed back there, siding is going up back there. Over the next month or so, finishing touches will start coming in, rugs will start coming in, painting will be done, cabinets and that kind of stuff will start coming into that section. So moving along well, drywall's done in there, finished electricals being worked on right now. Windows have been all tested, water tested, they passed with no problem at all, so it's all working very well, coming right along. With regards to the roof's done, I said, okay, with regards to the base section, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, installs in process. The floor has been poured for the base, so that's all positive. Tight tank has been installed as well out front, so that's all positive, so we're moving along, full speed ahead on both sections.
Kevin, it looks great. It really does. How's from your, you happy with where things are from the schedule and the budget?
Budget, we're in a good spot with budget. We have a few questions that we're working through with regard to some lost days.
Right, and
But that's in process of being
you
reviewed
would hope that you would catch up at some point.
at some point.
Yeah, all right.
But we're working through that right now.
Okay, thank you. All right, new business, is there any new business that you hold on? Chief, deputy, no? Okay. Public comment?
There is still nothing in the chat. And there are no emails still.
Dave, you good?
Good.
All right. I do not think there's no business that I have anticipated. Have any other things that, nothing?
No, sir.
Does anyone have a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second,
All those in favor?
Mr. Ross?
Commissioner Conley?
Commissioner Faith? Thank you. Thank you.
Capital meeting.
What's that?
Want to take half the meeting?
Oh, new business. Is your computer all updated? There's a
Fine. Took 45 minutes. I'm gonna get sick of it one day and just